Hello everybody, it's episode 1 of a new Let's Play called Pillars of Eternity. We'll get into this in a bit. I'm going to do a normal game. Just basically easier is really easy, hard is incredibly hard, and Path of the Damned is just excruciating. Expert mode will turn off the helping stuff in Trial Iron. If you die, you're done. No, we're going to take a casual run at this. Not completely casual, but somewhat casual. Now, I've played through the starting area a few times on my own just to kind of get an idea of what I want. Yeah, so... yeah. We're going to go ahead and get into this. We get a little bit of storyline before we even start, so...
5 wagons grope blindly for the path on a starless night, their master glancing ever upward to the skies for assurance that he is on the right course. A dim lantern his only protection against the encroaching darkness. But the skies bring no comfort, shining no light, betraying no hint of what they know. The caravan carries travelers bound for the frontier hamlet of Gilded Vale, you among them, where a local lord has offered land and wealth to settlers from abroad looking for a fresh start. You have taken suddenly ill, sweating and shivering, and one of the other travelers signals for the caravan master to stop on your behalf. He pulls up just in time to avoid plowing into the trunk of a fallen tree that bars the way ahead. You will go no further tonight.
No, we will not. So, Pillars of Eternity is kind of like a Baldur's Gate for now. Well, you're pretty. We're going to be male, though. You got human, Amua, or Amaua, or something like that. Dwarf, elf, Orlan, and godlike. Humans, now each of them have a subset: metal folk, ocean folk, savannah folk. They all have the same fighting spirit ability. It just depends on what you want to look like, really, more or less. Amua actually have 2 different types. They have the coastal, which gives you bonuses against prone and stun effects. These guys get another weapon set. It's not great. Dwarfies, they get a lot of might, minus dexterity for being stocky, plus 1 constitution. The cat just won't leave me alone right now, because I just got home. Mountain dwarves have a defense against poison and disease attacks. Boreal dwarves have gets 15 accuracy against creatures of wilder and primordial. I guess I didn't really go over this. So humans are resolve in might plus 1, Amu are might plus 2, dwarves are might plus 2, dexterity minus 1, constitution plus 1. Elves are dexterity and perception. You have your wood elves that give you a distant advantage, will give you bonuses to accuracy, deflection, and reflex. Doesn't tell you exactly what that is. Pale elves have increased burn and freeze damage reductions. Orlans are kind of like the Kinder of this world. Resolve plus 1, might minus 1, and perception plus 2. It's great. They have the Hearth Orlans, which, when they're attacking any target that's also being targeted by a teammate, some of their hits are crits. And Wild Orlans, they get, after being subjected to a will attack, they will temporarily get gain to all their bonus defenses. Godlikes, they get dexterity and intellect, but they can't wear helmets. Death Godlikes get 25% extra, 25% or less endurance on their enemy. They get a damage increase, doesn't tell you how much it is. Fire Godlikes, when they're reduced below 50% endurance, Fire Godlikes glow like metal in the forge, gaining damage reduction and a small amount of fire damage to their attacks. This cat's annoying. Moon Godlikes are amazing. They get when they're hitting at endurance levels 75, 50, and 25% in battle, they get a wave of healing that restores endurance. Doesn't tell you how much, though. And the nature ones, if they're below 50% endurance, they get a boost to might, constitution, and dexterity. So there's a lot of different things we got here. And this isn't in bringing up classes, so if we go past human, because we can go back, we have a bunch of classes. We have Barbarian, Nibbler, Cat. He jumped on my lap. He's not supposed to jump on me when I'm recording, buddy. You're not supposed to. So we have the fighter, which is our typical fighter. They're constantly recovering endurance in the fight. Endurance is kind of your ability to fight. Once that goes to zero, you're done. You'll fall over, even if you have plenty of health. A cipher is kind of a psychic-ish class. Um, yeah, it's okay. Barbarians are pure damage output. Chanters are kind of like what they say. They have phrases and chants, and then they can cause invocations depending on the number of phrases through their chants. Um, Basically, very high deflection though, which is kind of cool. Druids, which have the ability. I hate that shield. It looks so weird in his hand. They can shapes. They can spirit shift. They have spells. They're all right. Monks, they take damage and then use those wounds for abilities. Paladins have faith and convictions. Over the course of the game, the value of this bonus shifts based on your reputation and the type of paladin you pick. Priests have Holy Radiance, generates a modest amount of endurance for all allies around the priest. It's pretty nice. They also get spells. Rangers are great. They get an animal companion, they get stealth and survival, but they can also rogue up. Rogues are the same thing. They can get a sneak attack. When a target has any of the following afflictions, blind, flanked, hobbled, blah 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 blah. It also applies to any target that rogue strikes with a weapon within the first 2 seconds of combat. So they can essentially get the most damage out of their weapons. And then wizards, of course. Nice book there. They have spells, they have arcane assault, and so they don't have to sit there and just blast away. So we got a lot of choices to make. Let's see, that's kind of cool. Kept it on that class. You can look at what they look like. Godlike. So I kind of want to do a ranger. Rangers are really, really good. They get an animal companion right away. They get all sorts of stuff. And if I do that, I want to do elf and a wood elf because they have that accuracy, deflection, and reflex if they're more than 4 meters away from somebody. A fighter wouldn't be bad, and if I did that, I want to be the coastal guy, so he is defense against prone and stun effects. And then godlikes are just kind of neat. I like the death godlike. I like the moon godlike. Fire godlike. They're all really neat. Oh, that's neat. His colors change depending on which type you're picking. That's really, really cool. But they can't wear helmets. That's the only thing, is their heads are so misshapen that you can't. I want to see what... And then you can pick what race they are. Races don't affect your godlike at all. So, and then also, when you pick everything that you want... Nibbler, come on now. You're being annoying. If I pick all this up, I can actually... Yeah, go past that, whatever. I can pick a bunch of stuff. I can pick my head type. Nibbler, you can't be up here right now, buddy. Sorry, it gives me sad eyes, too. Come on now, get down. And you can get different head types, which is really, really cool, too. Anyway, not what we're picking. So we gotta go back here, and we gotta actually pick something else. Now, I've been thinking this through, like I said. I kind of want to be... It's kind of cool. You can click through everything. I kind of want to be a ranger. If I'm being a ranger, I want to be an elf. I want to be a wood elf. So I think that's what I'm going to do. We're going to be a ranger. We get an animal companion. We get stealth and survival. Stealth, essentially, is that. You sneak around. And survival is not only that, but it's also... and then survival is also how long you could be in the wild before you get tired, things like that. So I'm going to do ranger. And we're going to pick... You know, we're going to pick marked prey. Because it designates a prey, giving the ranger and animal companion a damage bonus against the target. Wounding shot's good too. And then we get to pick our animal companion. We can have an antelope, which is good for natural defense. We have a bear, which is good for damage reduction. A boar, which is more endurance. Lion, which is more attacks. Stag, which is more damage. And then a wolf companion, which does more attacks and easier to disengage. I'm going to go with a bear. And the bear's name is going to be Burr. Now for a ranger, you want high might, high dex, semi-high perception, semi-high intellect. Kind of like a rogue, except for your ranged. Your might is how much damage you're going to do in healing, and your fortitude. Your dexterity is your action, speed, and reflex. Your perception is your interrupt, your deflection, and reflex. And your intellect is also your area effect and your will. Resolve is good. It gives you your concentration, deflex, and will. And your constitution is your health and fortitude. So we're going to go ahead and plug 2 there, plug 2 there, 2 there, 2 there. Then we're going to plug this to 18. And then we're going to plug this to 14. Just because it says to put it up there so high. So next. Now we can pick where we're from. And we can get in one last item like resolve, whatever. Deadfire is going to give me the dexterity. It's going to give me what looks to be a combat bow. Intellect, constitution, perception, depending on where you're from. And you can also buy new stuff. Such a barbarian get up. Whoa, somebody just did something outside. I think I'm going to pick the Deadfire Archipelago. Yeah, for the plus dexterity. Or whatever gives me the might one. The Living Lands is good too to get the might. Nah, we're going to go with the Archipelago. Consisting of the nations of Naisitake, dozens of Amua settlements, hundreds of lawless pirate-infested islands that stretch along the southern sea. It's home to boreal dwarves, Amua, and a mixed variety of races. The last stop for anyone heading east, a multitude of monstrous sea creatures infest the ocean beyond, making travel virtually impossible. Okay, then we get to pick a background which will give us some more skills. I want something with mechanics. A laborer is okay. A merchant is okay. Hunter's going to give me more stealth and survival, but you know what? We're going to go with merchant. And do I want green as my primary? Purple! Black. Dark green's a little better. I might have already had that. Yeah, that works. My skin and hair. We can make ourselves a little more pale. Make it to red, black, white-ish. It's very bright, very yellow. Let's go with kind of red. No facial hair on wood elves. They get 3 head types. Kind of like that one the most. The hair is okay. A lot of dreadlock options. I think that was what we had originally. If I do anything, I'm going to do bald. I think I'm going to do bald. And then our face. Okay, we have like 3 elves. Do we have anybody that... Okay, those are the Deathlike. Okay. That doesn't look anything like us. Fine. Go back and we'll try to find hair that will match that somewhat. Kind of like that idea. Make it black. Except... Close enough. Right? Close enough. Whatever. And then we get to pick a voice.
I've got this.
We got that.
Blade in the dark.
Follow me.
Attack!
Sharp eyes and keen ears.
Feisty works.
I've got this.
And we are Tyrolan. Let's go ahead and kick this off. Hopefully we have enough time to finish this out. We have Burr the Bear and Tyrolan the Elven Archer. Ooh, skip there. The caravan master finishes addressing the group. His bushy red... I think that's supposed to say mustache. Sagging jaws quiver as if for emphasis.
Everybody stays close to the wagons, got it?
Yeah.
Stay out of the woods, and
Yeah.
beasts take you if you were planning a stroll through those ruins up there.
He nods towards a looming black mass on the hillside.
Whole area's crawling with hut-dwelling types who'd be happy to stick an axe in you for trespassing. So mind that you don't track mud on their sacred blazing rocks.
Sure.
Tonight, everybody stays put, and in the morning we'll get the path cleared. Gilded Vale's less than a day out. Understood?
At last, the caravan master turns to you, frowning as he looks at you.
Touch of the rumbling rot, could be. There's a stinging beetle round here, carries it. You'll be fine once it passes your innards. Unless you don't drink water, of course. Which case you'll be dead in a day.
Great.
There's a berry grows in these parts, small and pink, called a springberry, about the size of a fingernail. Give you cramps if you eat it, but the frontiersmen make a tea from it.
Tea.
Calms the insides. Should get you through the night. You might check around, see if you can find some. Meanwhile, I'll see if we can scare you up some water.
Okay.
I know you want to hunt before it gets much darker, but see about refilling our water first. Got a sick one here.
Sparkle nods, slides the worn bow over his shoulder. Where would I find the berries?
Go on a bush that's common round here, kind of funny looking. You'll know it when you see it. Doubt you'd have to go far off the road to find one.
What of those
Something you won't
runes?
see on half the hills of Air Glonfoth. Money to be made selling their knickknacks in Defiance Bay, if you don't mind getting stuck with Glonfoth and arrows now and again. They didn't build them, but I'll be the effigy if they don't watch them like a mother bear. Of course, all the ones around here have been ransacked 10 times over. Got nothing left worth half a pond, so I hear.
That little pop-up basically tells me my answers and choices will be based on the stuff I picked for myself. Who did build the runes?
Got different names for them. Settlers called them Ingwithans. Nobody that liked them enough to stop them becoming ruins, tell you that much.
Is it dangerous out here?
Not if you hurry about your business, and not if the weather holds up.
There is concern in his tone, but he does not elaborate. I'm going to make him do that. What kind of weather do they get out here?
This time of year, rain mostly, and wind. But there's a different kind of wind out here time to time.
Evil
Locals
wind.
call it a beawick,
Beawick.
born out of the ether, the spirit's path. Never seen it myself, never cared to.
What are these huge rocks coming up out of the ground?
They don't got Audra where you come from? Well, it just grows up out of the ground like this. Goes deep like tree roots. Some of it all the way to the heart of the world, you believe the stories. It's more like a shell than a proper rock. Easier to work if you're a mason. Got all kinds of strange properties. Seems to have some kind of life of its own. Dies if it gets dug up. Loses its luster. Folks think it probably grew at one point or another, but not these days.
Ow, cat's biting me.
The soul butchers in Defiance
Ow!
use it for different things. I've heard tell it can hold a man's soul, but I don't care to see it. Got enough to worry about without seeing something like that.
Yeah, it's got bad breath. Okay, I'll go see about those
Hold
berries.
on. Take someone with you. I know you're not some helpless tenderfoot, not like most of this lot. But you drop dead, I don't want to be looking for the body. Got a schedule to keep.
Sorry. He scans over the travelers, resting his eyes at length on a sturdy, armor-clad woman who has spent the journey's night sleeping on uneven ground without blanket or pillow.
Kalisha. Kalisha!
The woman looks up at her own time. Cat's still
He needs to
attacking
find
me.
some springberries. Watch that he doesn't drop dead.
Okay.
No promises.
What kind of guide says something like that?
Kind you can afford.
Don't listen to her. You're in good hands. And I pay too well, if anything. Off with you. Aiden should have supplies. See that you're equipped before you head out. We're in harsh country. Get your berries and hurry back. And if you get so much as a tickle of wind, you drop everything and you run. Something in the air tonight. If it's a beawick, we'll shelter in the ruins. Hut dwellers be damned.
You heard the man. Let's get going before you keel over.
Alright, the majority of these things are just telling me how to set up party, how many party members I can have. My bear does not count as a party member. Now, we don't learn...
Why not?
Oh, cool, I picked the lock. No Nibbler, I'm playing now. Okay, we stole that shit. Now, the thing is... Yeah, blah blah, people we encountered.
Anyone need supplies? I've got sundries for sale.
So, just a couple things before we end this one, because we about got a minute. We have a stash, so we don't have to carry everything on us. My endurance, I'll keep that on me. We also have our character sheets, which our reputations are here, our party reputations are there, you know, how long we've traveled, everything, our stats, our abilities, let's see, we have a stealth, we have a lore, we have a mechanics, and we have a survival. And there's my Burr. His might, con, he's got pretty good perception. So, yep, and then here's Kalisha. She's got damn good might. Very good warrior. So, what level is she? She's first level fighter. Okay, so, yeah, we're out of time for this episode, so we're gonna have to go ahead and save it. Ignore the other Tyrolans in there because I haven't had a chance to actually test this out. So this is Tyrolan signing off, and we'll see you in the next one. Hopefully we can continue adventuring for our berries for our butt rot. Alright, bye-bye.